Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius for the week of September 16th through the 22nd. This is going to be a general reading as well as a Celtic cross reading. So if this reading doesn't resonate with you, Sagittarius, please be sure to check your moon, your rising, and your Venus placements to see if those readings are more in line with your upcoming week. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's get started. Now, the overall energy for the week is the Magician. Some of you are being very resourceful, using all your capabilities, and some of you are manifesting, be that a new love, a new career. Let's get started. We have the Ace of Wands. This is in your present. We have the Seven of Wands. This is what's helping or hindering. We have the Hangman. This is in your subconscious. We have the Three of Cups. This is in your recent past. We have the Nine of Swords. This is in your conscious. We have the Chariot. This is Cancer energy, and this is also in your future. We have the Judgment card. This is how you see yourself. We have the High Priestess. This is external to you. We have the Queen of Wands. This is in your hopes and fears. And in your outcome, we have the Page of Swords. All right, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, in your recent past, some of you have been celebrating, having a good time with friends, possibly going out. Or for some of you, you may are finding that a friendship is taking the next step and possibly going into the romantic side here. And that is confirmed with this new passion with the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion taking place right now. This is also a card that relates to changes that are taking place or new opportunity. This could be a new passion for a project at work, or it could be a romantic passion that's coming in. And this is an offering that's being made by the universe. Now, what's helping or hindering that is the Seven of Wands. Now, some of you are having to stand up for yourself or stand up for someone else. There's been a lot of competition. It could be competition at work. Again, we are in a very competitive economy, so some of you may be vying for a position at work that you're finding that there's a lot of competition. Or some of you may be looking external, trying to find a new opportunity and finding that it has been challenging. And it is something that is, you're putting a lot of effort, but again, very competitive nonetheless. Now, in your subconscious, you have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is a card that is asking for a pause. It's asking for a pause for reflection, to make sure that the direction that you're heading into makes sense. Now, sometimes we have to look at things in a different light or in a different way, and this is exactly what the Hangman is doing. It's looking at things, looking at a situation from an upside down stance. So, as it indicates, it's looking at it with different set of eyes, with a different stance. So, it may be requiring you in your subconscious that you are taking things a bit cautiously and trying to make sure that what is happening is making sense. Now, in your conscious, you have the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is a card about fear and anxiety. Now, some of you may be having some nightmares, but what is indicative here with the swords is that it's a lot of mental anguish. Now, this image does indicate someone that is covering their eyes or their senses, and that's because you're overthinking, Sagittarius. You're overthinking possibly some tensions at work. You're overthinking possibly this new passion that is trying to come in. Just overthinking it and overanalyzing it, that it is causing you a lot of anxiety. Now, in your future, you have the Chariot card. Now, the Chariot does speak about overcoming challenges. It's about reining in and balancing whatever is an obstacle for you. Now, the Chariot card does also indicate that there will be travel, but the journey to your destination is going to be bumpy, and it is going to create its own challenges. But once these challenges are overcome, Sagittarius, there is a victory at hand, but it's a matter of reining in those challenges and being able to get to your destination. Now, the way you're seeing yourself is the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is about a calling. It's about possibly rising to a higher self. It's about doing the right thing. It's about learning how to look at things for what they are. And it does represent a lot of what is indicative in the Christian faith, is that some of you are waking up to a new purpose. And it could be a higher purpose. Now, what's external to you is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is someone that is looking at balancing and reconciling the conscious and the subconscious. Someone that's looking at the secret knowledge. Someone that is trying to find a higher purpose. Someone that is possibly looking to make adjustments in their life and reconciling those changes. Someone that is looking within, trying to make sure that what makes sense for them, the gut feeling, is what's taking place, and going with that secret knowledge. Or for some of you, there's a secret that needs to be revealed, that wants to be revealed, or some of you are dealing with a secret admirer. Now, in your hopes and fears, you have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is someone that's very determined, someone that's very social, someone that knows what they want, someone that is going to get that because they're very passionate about what they're doing, be that in their romantic life, or be that in a social setting, or be that someone that is just very passionate about what their next steps are going to be. Now, you do have an image here of a cat, which for some people it's indicative of, say, the Strength card, someone that's using their inner strength to get what they need in order to progress. Now, the outcome is the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is someone that is very curious. But at the same time, for those of you that are exploring possibly a new passion, a new romantic passion, here's someone that somehow fears some intimacy. It's someone that approaches every situation very intellectually, but not very emotionally. Now, you are a fire sign, Sagittarius, so I think you work well with air signs, but it really depends on what you're looking for and what makes sense for you. As indicative in the spread, you have a lot of major arcanas, and with the Judgment card seeking a higher purpose, with the Hangman seeking possibly an inner calling, and the High Priestess speaking about trusting your intuition, it could be that you somehow want to be able to not only connect with your intellect, but be sure that if it's going to progress, that maybe you may be wanting to pause and consider whether or not the individual that you are looking at is going to also match from an intimacy perspective. So Sagittarius, this is the reading that I have for you. Hopefully this reading resonated with you. If it did, if you would be so kind as to like and comment. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to receive additional readings. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.